History of Psychoanalytic Criticism. Psychoanalytic criticism is a literary theory and approach that applies principles and concepts from psychoanalysis, a psychological theory developed by Sigmund Freud, to the interpretation and analysis of literature. It explores the unconscious motivations, desires, and conflicts of characters, as well as the symbolic and metaphorical meanings within literary texts. Key points about psychoanalytic criticism. Psychoanalysis and the unconscious. Psychoanalytic criticism draws on Freud's theory of the unconscious mind, which suggests that human behavior and thoughts are influenced by hidden desires, fears, and conflicts that operate at an unconscious level. Ego and superego. According to Freud, the human psyche consists of three parts: the ego, and superego. Psychoanalytic critics analyze characters and their actions in relation to these psychological components. The id represents instinctual desires and drives, the ego mediates between the id and reality, and the superego embodies social and moral values. Critiques and debates. Psychoanalytic criticism has faced critiques for its speculative nature and its potential to reduce literary works to mere psychological explanations. Critics argue that it overlooks other important aspects such as social, historical, and cultural contexts. Dreams, symbols, and metaphors. Psychoanalytic critics explore the symbolic and metaphorical aspects of literature, interpreting dreams, symbols, and metaphors as manifestations of unconscious desires and conflicts. They may analyze recurring motifs, imagery, and language patterns to uncover hidden meanings. Oedipus complex and Electra complex. Psychoanalytic criticism often examines the presence of the Oedipus complex, involving a male child's unconscious sexual desire for his mother and rivalry with his father, and the Electra complex, involving a female child's unconscious desire for her father and rivalry with her mother, in literary works. These complexes can shed light on characters' motivations and relationships. Defense mechanisms. Psychoanalytic critics explore the defense mechanisms employed by characters to cope with unconscious conflicts. These mechanisms, such as repression, denial, displacement, and projection, shape characters' behavior and influence the narrative. Psychological biography of authors. Psychoanalytic criticism may also analyze the life and experiences of authors to understand how their personal history and unconscious desires might have influenced their literary works. It's important to note that psychoanalytic criticism is just one among many approaches within literary criticism, and its application may vary depending on the text and the critic's interpretation. By employing psychoanalytic principles, critics aim to uncover hidden meanings, explore the psychological dimensions of characters and narratives, and gain insights into the human psyche as reflected in literature.